fingers and put it in my private bag.
My foster mother son sexually abused me at 9.
When I drank the water he gave me, I became lost and helpless. He did what he wanted.
He had sex with me and took my virginity.
And then one thing led to another. He raped me.
And so now we start to break the silence. We begin to tell our stories as slow and as painful and as anonymous as they are.
dëgg bëgg am ndawal gu sell ndawal gu set ndawal goo xam ni alal dong lay doon doxantul te Central Butcher am nañu ñaari makkaan ña nga ca Kerr avenue jàkkaarloog Africell wante waa Central Butcher dañ leen ibil makkaan gu bees Central Butcher nekk sa Sky Blue Plaza jandandoo Xéwal supermarket Central Butcher ca bijjiloo lu bees dàqal gaañ kon yéen ñi may déglu doxantu leen fa amal nañ leen mincemeat brisket ossobuco obama T-bone steak beef steak round steak entrecôte lamb goat lamb chops liba shawarma meat yamuñu ca amal nañ leen cow foot amal leen laxas amal leen nag lii di filet bakkaat gu bees tàqal gaañ pour yéen customers yi doxantu leen fa gaaw dinañ ibi foofu Monday to Sunday 7 days of the week Monday to Saturday nag ñu fas yéene ibi 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
You can offer some prayers, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وقنا عذاب النار الصابرين والصادقين والقانتين والمنفقين والمستغفرين بالإسخار شهد الله أنه لا إله وملائكته وأولو العلم قائما بالقسط لا إله إلا هو العزيز الحكيم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا الله.
Shukran Imam Jallo. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord of grace, Lord God of mercy, of compassion, of love, of sympathy, we ask that you look kindly upon all of us human beings throughout the whole wide world. Forgive our human imperfection, our human sinfulness, our human pride, arrogance, and jealousy and wickedness. Transform the hearts of each and every human person throughout the whole world to be people that will love you and obey your commands. We continue to submit the sittings of the TRRC and ask that all the witnesses that will be here will speak the truth and grant the commission the discerning spirit to discern between truth and falsehood, and grant the Gambian populace as a whole and those that are in the diaspora the patience to see through the process to take its normal course, and you being the just judge will grant justice accordingly. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Odeko. Council, are we ready with the witness this morning? If we are, please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, and members of the audience. May I ask that the witness be brought in, please? Thank you. Can we have Wolof interpretation? Thank you. Proceed.
I, Abdou M Deen.
I, Abdou M Deen.
Do swear that.
Do solemnly swear.
I will speak the truth.
I will speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing else but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me Allah.
Thank
you. Good morning, Mr. Deen. You may.
Good morning, Able Council.
Welcome to the TRRC.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Deen, I know you would speak, you would testify in the English language.
Yes, Council.
But for the benefit of the audience at home, we would have interpretation in the Wolof language.
Okay.
And you should allow time between our speeches for interpretation to take place.
Okay.
We should also avoid speaking over each other because that would cause some distortions and difficulty in resolving the transcript.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Dean.
You have just taken an oath to speak the truth. It is a criminal offense to lie under oath or to provide false information to the TRRC.
Loi dafa bañ pour nga wax lu amut wala lu nekkul dëgg fekk waat nga ba pare wala ci kanam TRRC fii.
You are being asked to testify today to talk about the following issues.
Tey bëgg nañ nga wax ci sa CDA bi li la bëgg laaj moom la limal si ni.
Of course, a brief background information about yourself and essentially your biography.
Okay.
Dinañ njëkkee yow sa boppa yow yaay kan sa xibaar yow sa boppa ak yeneen xibaar yi nga xam ne ñoom ñëpp a ngi aj ci yow.
We will talk about the events of March 20th or 2006 and those important events preceding it, dealing with the Noor Cham foiled coup d'etat.
Absolutely.
Dinañ waxtaane mbir yi nga xam ne ñoo xew March 20th ci ati 2006 affaire yi ak ci loolu ak Noor Cham coup d'etat bu yàqu bi bëggoon a def ci réew mi loolu tam dinañ ko waxtaanee.
Your answer should come after the interpretation so that those listening at home would hear what your answer is in the local language.
Yes.
Sooy tontu di nga xaar suñu làppatoo ba pare nga tontu.
We would also want you to talk about what you know about that foiled coup d'etat.
Dinañ bëgg nga waxal ñu yow tam li nga xam ci yàqu boobu.
Absolutely.
Your relationship with certain individuals who are also connected with that foiled coup d'etat.
Sa diggante ak ñeneen ñoo xam ne tudd nañ leen ci mbir coup d'etat boobu dinañ bëgg tamit nga waxtaanee ñu sa diggante ak ñooñu.
Absolutely, Council.
How you left the country during that time.
Waxtu boobu naka nga bàyyi réew mi.
Yes, sir.
And the actions taken by government institutions regarding some of your properties.
Ak nguur gi wala yeneen bunta yoo xam ne bunti nguur gi la doxalin yiñ doxaloon ci sa alal wala yi nga xam ne yaa ko moom ci réew mi doxal yiñ doxal ci mbir yooyu tamit bëgg nañ nga waxtaanee ko.
Absolutely, Council.
And the efforts you're making present to address those the grievances you have arising out of those government actions.
Tey tamit dinañ bëgg nga waxtaanal ñu fu mu nekk nii ci waxtu bii nii affaire yi nga def wala li nga try fu mu nekk nii pour sa alal yooyu wala sa affaire yooyu nga xam ne nguur gi doxal nañ ko ci mbir yoo xam ne sa gannaaw lañ ko defee loolu fu mu nekk nii li nga cee def fan la toll.
mooy jéego yi nga jël pour saafaraal loolu nga xam ne moo la naxari woon ci li nguur gi defoon jëmale ko say bagage.
Certainly, Council.
Thank you very much. What are your full names, sir?
Luis Saturu Accessanta.
Chairman of the Commission, Deputy Chairman of the Council, of the Commission, ranking members of the Commission, able Council, lead Council Fall, the audience present here, interpreters, journalists, fellow Gambians, home and abroad. My name is Abdou M Deen, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Council.
Gannaaw bu mu nuyoo chairman nuyu ki toppa ci chairman bi nuyu commissioner yi ak council bi nuyu ñi nga xam ne ñooy làppatokat yi ak waytaskat yi xibaar yi fi daje yëpp mu ngi nuyu di wax ne moom mu ngi tudda Abdou M Deen.
What's your date of birth, Mr. Deen?
Ban bés nga juddu woon?
3rd June 1961.
mu ngi juddu ñetti fan ci weeru June ci atum 1961.
Where were you born?
Fan nga juddu woon?
I was born in Banjul, and to be precise, number 7 Anglesey Street.
maa ngi juddoo Banjul, number 7 Anglesey Street.
And give us a brief rundown of your academic pursuits, your education.
wax ñu rek ci lu gàtta sa xam-xam fi nga dooree jànga ba fi nga em.
Council, I got enrolled at Serekunda Primary School in 1968.
maa ngi commencé jàng Serekunda Primary School atum 1968.
Up to 1974.
ba atum 1974.
And from 1974 to 1978.
Atum 1974 ba 1978.
I proceeded to Latrikunda Secondary Technical School.
Madam Latrikunda Secondary Technical School.
From 1978 to 1979.
1978 ba atum 1979.
I proceeded to Nusrat High School in Bunduru.
Madam Nusrat High School bi nekk Bunduru.
From 1979 to 1981.
1979 by 1981.
I transferred to St. Augustine's High School in Banjul.
ma toxu nag dem St. Augustine High School ci Banjul.
Where I sat the GCE O-level exams.
foofu laa fa jëlee nattum xam-xam bi ñoo wax GCE O-level.
And I started to apply to government to join the civil service.
laa bindu nag pour mun a liggéey ci nguur gi.
In terms of higher academic achievements.
ngir nag suma xam-xam fi nga xam ne noonu la kowem tollu.
From 1990 to 1992.
1990 to 1992.
I attained an associate degree in economics at Atlanta Metropolitan College in Georgia, United States.
ma am maxaama boo xam ne nag maa ngi ko amee Georgia ca réewi America.
That was an associate degree.
muy associate degree.
In economics.
ma am ko nag ci wàllu koom.
So from 1992 to 1994.
Atum 1992 to 1994.
I proceeded to Georgia State University in Georgia, USA.
ma continué dem Georgia State University ba tey ca réewi America.
Where I earned a bachelor's degree in business administration.
foofu ma am maxaama bi ñuy wax bachelor's degree ci business administration.
That was in 1994.
loolu 1994 la woon.
So, but before this time, you had worked in the civil service in the Gambia.
balaa loolu yëpp liggéeyoon nga ci nguur gi biir Gambia fii.
Yes. And
wow.
And were you an employee of the Accountant General's Department at the time?
waxtu boobu ndax yaa ngi doon di liggéey ci bunti Accountant General.
Yes, sir, because I said that I finished my high school at St. Augustine's High School in 1981.
waaw maa ngi jeexalee suma njàng St. Augustine High School atum 1981.
I applied to the Public Service Commission for a position in government.
ma bindu nag ci bunta bi nga xam ne ñoo di jël liggéeykat yi nguur yi pour ma mun a liggéey ci nguur gi.
There I was interviewed and appointed.
ci lañ ma daal di jël nag liggéey.
And I was posted at the accounts section of the then Minister of
Works and Communications.
ci lañ ma yóbbu nag ci bunta bi nga xam ne ñoo saytu wàlli compte bi ci liggéeykaay bi saytu wàlli liggéey ak jokkoo yi.
It was located at the half-die, it was located in half-die in Banjul at the time.
jamono boobu nag liggéeykaay boobu mu nga woon ca Afdaay ci Banjul.
So I was there, I guess, from 1981 up to 1987.
Fala nekk nag 1981 ba atum 1987 di juróom benni at.
It is correct that you left for the US in 1989 and you returned in 1997.
mu ngi mel ni yaa ngi bàyyeekoo fii pour dem America 1989 ba pare nga dellusi ci atum 1999.
That's true, Council, but let me just backtrack.
97.
Or 1997. Let me just backtrack a little bit, because from the Minister of Works, I was there from 1981 up to 1987. Then from 87 to 89, I was relocated and promoted and transferred to the account section of the House of Parliament.
Ma dellu gannaaw tuuti rek atum 1981 ba 1987 maa ngi doon liggéey ci Ministry of Works. Gannaaw 1987 nag ci lañ ma dal di toxal nag yóbbu ma ci bunte ba nga xam ne ñoo saytu wàllu kontam réew mi.
Yes, I deliberately skipped that.
It was at the House of Parliament in 1989 that I proceeded to the US. And I requested for a study leave without salary and to proceed to the US to pursue higher education.
Boobu nag maa ngi doon liggéey foofu ci néegi député yi ci laa dal di bindu nag pour ñu gàddul ma suma njàng ma dem eggalee ko ca réewu America.
And upon your return, you applied to rejoin the public service.
Absolutely.
bi nga dellusee nga bindaat pour delluwaat ci liggéey nguur gi.
Waaw noonu la demee.
Where were you posted?
fan nga nekkoon fu la ñu
Posted to the Ministry of Finance as a cadet economist.
maa ngi nekkoon ci Ministry of Finance ci place bi ñoo wax cadet economics.
And you worked there for how long?
ñaata at nga liggéey foofu.
I was there from I was there up to 2006.
2006.
Fala nekk nag di liggéey ba atum 2006.
And tell us about your career progression within government from 1999 to 2006.
léegi wax ñu place yi nga Musa tiye doore ko 1999 ba 2006 ci bunti nguur gi fa nga doon liggéey naka la place yi toppalante.
Just to be detailed, I started at the Ministry of Finance as a cadet economist.
maa ngi commencé ci Ministry of Finance ci place bi ñoo wax cadet economics.
Was promoted to economist.
ñu yokk suma maxaama nag def ma economist.
I was re-promoted again as a senior economist.
ñu yokkaat suma maxaama def ma senior economics.
After that,
gannaaw loolu.
I was redesignated.
ci lañ ma dal di toxalaat.
Promoted again.
yokkaat suma maxaama.
As principal budget officer.
ma nekk li ñoo wax principal budget officer.
And head of the budget unit.
man nag maa jiite woon bunta boobu noonu.
At the Ministry of Finance.
ci doon liggéeykaay ministre bi saytu alal réew mi.
Yes, Council.
And in 1999, did you go out to pursue any further education?
ci atum 1999 ndax génnoon nga réew mi pour dem yokk xam-xam.
Yes, Council.
waaw.
Tell us about it.
Because I had an opportunity.
yàlla dimbale woon na ma.
To attend a prestigious master's degree program.
ma dem defi maxaama bi ñoo wax master's degree.
At a university called Columbia University in New York.
ci university bi ñoo wax Columbia University ci New York ci réewu America.
That's a master's program in economic policy management. It's a prestigious program.
boobu nag programme bu am solo la woon boo xam ne maa ngi ko doon def foofa ci America.
So I did it from 1999 up to 2001.
dama ko def nag diggante atum 1999 ba 2001.
It was upon my return back to the office.
ba ma dellu si waatee nag.
Was when I was promoted to senior economist and later to principal budget officer and head of the budget.
ci lañ yokk suma maxaama principal économique gannaaw gi nag ñu def ma jiite fi nga xam ne moo di mbiri wàlli kontay foofu.
And you remained in that office until March 2006, correct?
ci bunta boobu nga nekk ba March 2006.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Wow.
During that period, did you have the occasion to travel to Kenya, Republic of Kenya?
ci waxtu boobu ndax amoon nga yoon pour tukki dem ci réew bi ñu xamee Kenya.
Yes, prior to that, yes, I have the opportunity to travel to Kenya sometime before the events of that March of 2006.
waaw balaa loolu nag demoon naa ca réewi Kenya balaa xew-xew bi nga xam ne moo amoon weeri March atum 2006.
I was there to attend a meeting of the UNDP.
dama fa demoon nag pour teewe ji ndaje boo xam ne UNDP mbootaay xeeti àddina si nga xam ne ñoo taxawal programme yokkute yi.
While there, did you have the occasion to meet a person called Serigne Omar Fall?
bi nga nekkoon foofu ndax amoon nga yoon pour gisee koo xam ne ñu ngi ko ooyee Serigne Omar Fall.
Yes, Council.
Waaw.
Could you kindly give us just a brief description of your interactions and your relationship?
mun nañoo wax ci lu gàtt rek sa diggante Serigne Omar Fall jëf yi li nga xam ne moo dox seen diggante.
Whilst I was in this meeting in Kenya,
ba ma nekkee ca ndaje mooma ca réewi Kenya.
I was introduced to Mr. Omar Fall, the Serigne.
ci lañ ma wonale nag ak Omar Fall moomu doonoon Serigne.
A family friend.
di ko xam ne nag xarit la ci ko xam ne suma mbokk la.
And of course, we have agreed that that information is not relevant to your testimony, who introduced you to him and all that. That is confidential, correct?
fu mu nekk nii ñu soxla ñoo xam ki la wane ak moom loolu xibaar boobu loolu daal xibaar la boo xam ne ñun soxluñ ko secret la.
About the council.
Proceed, please. And you were introduced to him?
Yes, I was introduced to him.
waaw ci lañ ma wonale ak moom.
We met and discussed.
ñu daje dal di waxtaan.
Discussed so many events.
waxtaanee nañ mbir yu bari.
In fact, the introduction started by him introducing himself as a disciple of Serigne Touba.
moom ni mu ko doolee daal mooy ne moom taalibe Serigne Touba la.
And that also he lives at Kerr Serigne.
te mu ne mu ngi dëkk Kerr Serigne.
So that kind of alarmed me.
loolu nag moom dal di junjal dara.
Because I saw that we have two things in common.
ndaxte mu ngi mel ni am na loo xam ne nuróole nañ ko.
One is that we are all disciples of Serigne Touba.
benn bi mooy ne ñun ñëpp ay taalibe Serigne Touba lañ.
Secondly, we all live in Kerr Serigne and we didn't know each other.
ñaareel bi nag mooy ne ñun ñëpp ñu ngi dëkk Kerr Serigne waaye xamante wuñ.
So in that event,
ci jamono boobu.
we are comfortable with each other.
ci lañ da ku nekk óolu wante nag sa morom nag pour mun a waxtaan.
And we started discussing.
ci lañ tàmbali nag di waxtaan.
Dive into issues in the Gambia.
ñuy dugg nag ci mbiri ni nga xam ne mooy tëree fii ci réew Gambia.
Because before I left for Kenya,
ndaxte balaa ma bàyyeekoo fii di dem Kenya.
I have a friend.
am naa xarit.
A colleague.
suma liggéeyandoor.
who was very close to me.
koo xam ne nag suma jegeñaale la woon lool.
Very close to him.
man it jegeñaaleem laa woon lool.
What's his name?
Mr. Aliou Diop.
Aliou Diop la tudd.
What position did he hold at the time, if any?
ban place la yore woon si fekkee ne mu ngi ci place.
Was then the accountant general.
jamono jooja mooy woon accountant general.
Proceed, please.
So now talking to this Serigne Omar Fall.
bi ma waxtaan ak Serigne Omar Fall.
Let's take a step backwards. You said prior to going to Kenya, you had this friend with whom you were very close.
Yes.
balaa ngaa dem Kenya wax nga ne am nga xarit boo xam ne jege waate ngeen bu baax.
Could you take it from there?
ngaa jëlee foofu.
Absolutely cancel. So this friend, Mr. Aliou Diop.
suma xarit bi Aliou Diop.
has once intimated to me.
Mustama xamal ne.
He has a relative in the army.
dafa am mbokk boo xam ne soldaar la.
He is planning to effect regime change.
mu ngi fas yéene nag soppali nguur.
He's in the army.
te mu ngi ci biir soldaar gi.
Did he tell you a name?
ndax joxoon na la tur ci waxtu boobu.
Yes.
What name did he give you?
Mr. Ndur Cham.
ma ne Ndur Cham la borom tudda.
At this stage, did you know what position Ndur Cham held in the army?
waxtu boobu ndax xam nga Ndur Cham ban place la yore woon ci bunti soldaar yi.
He told me that I think he headed the army as the CDS.
waxoon na ma ne moo jiite army bi moo nekkoon li nga xam ne moom la ñu wax CDS.
And of course, CDS means Chief of Defense Staff.
Yes, CDS mooy Chief of Defense Staff.
waaw.
And what he told you, by regime change, you understood that to mean that a coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat, yes.
lim la wax ci mbir suppale nguur gi loolu lim tekki mooy coup d'etat.
In a sense, he told you that he had a relative in the army called Nur Cham who was planning to carry out a coup d'etat.
Absolutely cancel.
Was it Harit or Mboka? I think we need to clarify that. Was he a friend? Did Job say that his man in the army, did he call him a friend or a relative?
Counsel, he was very clear. He was a relative. Either uncle or uncle or something.
It's a relative.
It's a relative.
The reason why I raised that is the interpretation came out as friend, and I recalled hearing you say relative.
Yes.
So that's why I wanted to have that cleared.
Thank you, Counsel.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
As at that time, he told you, did he say anything else about the situation that existed in the country?
Yes, Counsel.
Wow.
What did he say?
Because at that time we all know that the way the country was being administered by the then head of state was not appreciated by a lot of Gambians.
Mr. Deen, you are before the Truth Commission of the Republic of the Gambia. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call things by their correct names.
Mr. Deen, yaa ngi toog ci kanam ni council boo xam ne dëgg lañu bugg a taxawal. Fu mu nekk nii lépp loo xam ne niñ ko wax nañ ko tuddee nam war a mel nan la tudda nañ ko waxee noonu.
nañ ko wooyee rek mbir yi yëpp nañ leen wooyee rek niñ tudda. li ci ne rek nañ ko wax mu leer nañ ñëpp xam.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Tell us what the situation was as you appreciated it and what you were told by Mr. Job at the time.
Wax ñu mbir bi nam meloon yow ni nga ko jëlee ak kooku moom lan la wax ci mbir yi nekkoon biir Gambia.
I think the essence of our discussion at the time was that this man want to effect written change, want to coup d'etat Yaya Jammeh.
liñ waxtaane woon foofu daal moo di ne waa ji dafa bëgg a soppali nguur gi te dafa bëgg a coup d'etat Yaya Jammeh.
And I learned from him also that
te jàngee naa ci moom itamit ne
if it succeeds,
bu yëf yi demee ni mu war a demee,
he could be president.
bon dina moom dina mun a nekk président.
Who could be president?
kan moo mun a nekk président?
Mr. Aliou Job.
moom Aliou Job.
Was it could or would?
I think he said
mun na wala mooy war a nekk président.
I think would. Let's say would.
So in a sense, you're saying he was already earmarked or identified as the person who would be president if the coup had succeeded.
ñu mel ni si coup d'état bi amoon ba mu taxaw kon moom la ñu tànn mu nekk président moom mooy jiite réew mi.
Yes, Counsel. That's what I understood from that discussion. Yes.
Waaw, Counsel, loolu laa jëlee ci waxtaan boobu.
Now let's go back a little bit to the motivations.
nañ dellu tuuti sa gannaaw ci li nga xam ne moo waral mbir yi.
You said, and if I remember your words precisely, you said the things were not the way the then president was administering things in the country. Not many Gambians were satisfied with that.
Yes.
I think those are the words you use.
Absolutely.
ma fàttale ko li nga waxoon mooy time boobu président bi fi toogoon ni moo yóbboo réew mi affaire yi ni moo demee. mbir la boo xam ne neexutoon Gambian yu bëri foog naa loolu nga waxoon.
Can you explain what that means?
ndax loolu mun nañu ko seetalal wax ñu loolu lan la woon.
Faram fàcceel ñu ko.
Because at the time we all knew that there was huge human rights abuses taking place.
nag xamoon nañ ne jamono jooju yàqa li nga xam ne moo di ak yelleefi doomu aadama moo doon dox fii ci biir réew mi.
We were being tortured, disappearing.
dañu daan mettital am ñoo xam ne dañu jékkee-jékki ne meles kenn du leen gis.
You know, I mean, there was a time even when students were trying to demonstrate, they were all, you know, just fired like that.
Amon na jamono jo xamne sa talibé biñ génné doon ñaxtu dañ leen doon fétel nonu rek.
Well, to put things in its proper context, that event occurred years later, not before the planned coup of 2006. No, you're right. That was in 2000, right?
Yes. I'm just trying to, you know, paint a picture.
Yes, you're right.
Of how, you know, what the condition of the country was, or how he viewed it and myself.
No, you are absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, please.
Continue.
Yes, I mean, people were disappearing.
Nit ñi dañu jékki-jékki rek kenn du leen gis.
You know, I mean, people's human rights were violated.
Ak yelleefu doomu aadama yëpp lañ yaaxoon.
You know, everybody is scared.
ñëpp a ragal.
Everybody is sitting on the edge.
Ku nekkaa ngi toog ci xotti leket.
There was deep-seated mistrust of each other.
Óolu wante sax amatul woon ci
There was
diggante
a
bi.
huge climate of, I mean, suspicion.
Ku nekkaa daal yaa ngi ñàkk a óolu sa morom.
So in essence, I mean, whether, I mean, people say it or not,
moo xam nit ñi wax nañ ko wala waxuñ ko.
many Gambians
waa Gambia yu bari.
we are not happy with how things were going.
kontaanuñu woon ci mbir yi ni mu doon doxee ci réew mi.
22 years.
ñaar fukki at ak ñaar.
Yes, Council.
At this time, did you share that sentiment?
Ndax si waxtu boobu yow tam xalaat boobu nga amee woon.
Absolutely, Council.
Wow, Council.
Did you agree with Mr. Job?
Ndax nangoon nga ak Mr. Job comme ni ko waxee noonu.
That you would support this enterprise?
Ndax di nga bokka ci loolu liñ bëggoon a def.
You would support this enterprise. How do we put that in Wolof now?
Ne di nga ànd ci loolu nga xam ne moom lañ fas yéene def ànd nga ci yow it.
Yes, I agree to support Mr. Job.
Waaw àndoon naa pour ànd man tam jàppale
Mr. Job. Yes, absolutely.
Was this a one-off conversation between yourself and Mr. Job, or was it a series of conversations?
Waxtaan boobu nga def noonu ak moom benn si benn boobu la am ndax waxtaan bi nag continué woon nga ngeen ko yaa moom ci ay yoon.
It was not a one-off thing, Council.
du woon benn yoon boobu rek.
Occasionally.
saa yu nekk.
He keep. Can I proceed? Occasionally.
saa yu nekk.
He keep me abreast
dina may xamal.
of what situations are.
mbir yi ni nga xam ne foofu la tollu.
Yes, because he's the one.
ndaxte moom mooy ki nga xam ne.
whose relative.
mbokkaam.
want to do something.
moo bu nga def dara.
And he's the one.
te moom mooy.
who knows most of those soldiers.
ki nga xam ne moom sax xamante ne ak soldaar yu ci bari.
Because he once worked at the Ministry of Defense.
ndaxte moom mosoon naa liggéey nag ci ministre.
their account section.
wàlli soldaar yi. ci seen bunta bi saytu wàlli konte yi.
He knows most of them.
xam na ci ñu bari.
So yes, Council. Occasionally.
waaw Council léeg-léeg.
He will, I mean, tell me what I need to know.
dina ma xamal nag li ma bëgg a xam.
So it was on a need base.
ndaxte luñ soxla woon la.
As a friend.
comme xarit.
Someone close to him.
te ku ko jege la it.
Someone who can hold his secret.
koo xam ne mun naa koo dencal sekkareem.
And I did that.
te loolu laa def.
Thank you, Council.
It was during this period that you went to Kenya and you met this Serigne Omar Fall, correct?
Yes, Council.
boobu nga demoon Kenya ci nga daje ak Serigne Omar Fall.
waaw.
And you had conversations with him regarding his work as a Serigne.
waxtaan nga ak moom ci liggéeyam comme ni moom Serigne la.
Yes, Council.
waaw Council.
Among the conversations you had with him, did you discuss about this planned coup d'etat?
waxtaan yi nga def ak moom ndax waxtaanoon ngeen mbir coup d'etat bi nii.
Absolutely, Council.
waaw Council.
Tell us about it.
wax ñu ci loolu naka la meloon.
Like I said, after we have our introductions,
comme ni ma ko waxee woon rek bi ñëwee wante ba pare.
and we discovered that we have two things in common,
ñu gis ne am na ñaari mbir yoo xam ne nuróole nañ ko ba.
which I've already explained.
loolu wax naa ko ba pare.
So we dive deep into the climate in the Gambia.
ñu dugg nag ci waxtaanu xóot nag waxtaanee mbiri réewi Gambia ni mu doon doxee.
Especially the politics.
rawatina sax mbiri politique bi.
condition of the Gambia at the time.
Jamono joju anam yi nga xamne non la rewi Gambia melon.
Which, like I said, most people are not happy with.
Te comme nima ko waxe rek ñu ci bari ci rew mi kontanuñ ci.
Including my humble self.
Man mi ci la bokka.
So we dive deep into this issue.
Ñu dal di dugg na waxtaan xóot ci mbir mom.
Precisely. That was the first time I mentioned to him.
Bobu moy njël ben yoon.
I think this will soon come to an end. Because I have information from somebody who's my friend, who trusts me very well, and he tells me something that is confidential. I've not been I've not been releasing this to anybody. Because you are a Sering, and I have confidence in you. I think we can share this. Yes, Council.
And did you tell him?
Absolutely, Council.
What did you tell him?
I told him that I have a friend, Mr. Ali Job. He's in the Gambia. Currently, he's the Accountant General. So I think his relative, who is heading the army, and he's going to rescue the Gambia. According to Ali Job.
And did you tell him how he was going to rescue the Gambia?
Yes, Council. He was going to take out Yaya Jammeh.
By coup d'etat?
Absolutely, Council.
How did the Sering respond to that? How did he react?
I think, he responded by saying, this man's government, it will soon go to say in Wolof, Kinguram Bileg Mudam. Say that, this government will soon, disappear.
Yes. Soon come to an end.
Yes.
Okay. And that was all he said?
I think in a subsequent, discussion, I don't know whether it was right there at the spot or after I left for Banjul, called him or something, but I remember there was a subsequent, conversation.
In that
conversation, I can vividly remember. He said he saw Yaya Jammeh either in a dream or through his spiritual investigation that he was riding a bicycle. And that's a clear indication whose government is going down. He told me that. But to be precise, Council, I don't remember exactly whether it was in that very discussion back to Banjul, to him over the phone, but I remember he said this. I cannot say 100% was during then or after, because I swear to the Holy Quran.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deen.
Yes.
Mr. Deen.
But what comes out of what you've just said is that you maintained your relationship with him.
Yes.
Even after when you left Kenya, correct?
Absolutely, Council.
Wow, Council.
Because I even have the opportunity to find out where he lives. Because he mentioned that he lived at Kerr. And myself, I live in Kerr. And as I promised him in Kenya, if you come back to Kerr, because I left Kenya before him, And when I understood that he's back in Kerr, I reached out to him. And even I could fully remember Council. I brought him to my compound at Kerr. Because I was constructing a house. And it was almost nearing completion. And as a tradition, as Muslims, if you are building a house, it's almost ready. It's good that you, bring somebody who can recite the Quran there. Bless the place. I did that. So I maintained contact with him. Yes, Council.
Did you trust the things he was telling you as a Marabu?
Yes, I could say yes, Council. Because even if you go to a Marabu, you expect him to be good. If you did not trust him that he is good, I don't think it's redundant for you to go there. So I was with the intention, clear conscience, that he's an outstanding Marabu. Yes, Council.
Wow, Council.
And the information he gave you, did you pass it on to Aliou?
Council, I love this question. Because this is what kind of created how, even though they have never met, Aliou and the saying, they have never met. But this question is very important, Council. Because when the Marabu told me that, he saw Yaya Jammeh riding a bicycle. And that's a clear indication that this man's government will be out of here. When that message was relayed to Aliou by myself, this was something he appreciated. It was something that kind of gave him, push him about this even sitting. Yes.
Wow.
And after that event, what event?
Okay, what happened was that there was a little pause for a while between me and the setting. There was a little pause for a time. Yes, but all the time Aliou do want to meet the setting. But at the time God didn't set the time. The time was not right. They couldn't meet.
But as far as you know, were there other settings who were either helping or guiding those who were involved in this process who want to overthrow the government, as far as you know?
Well, I remember sometime in the past, when Aliou was going to Bogal. Yes, he invited me to accompany him. Because he's his Marabu.
What's the name of the Marabu?
Charno Bogal. Charno Abdou Rahman. Is it Bari?
Charno Abdou Rahman Bari moy turam.
Proceed, please.
So Aliou invited me. It was on a weekend. So he invited me to join him. Yes, because if we go there,
ndax suñ fa demee
he can pray for us.
mun nañoo ñaanal.
And I say, okay, let's go.
ma ne ko baax na nañ dem.
So when we went there,
bañ àggee.
we spent the night there.
fanaan fa.
He introduced me to Charno.
mu wanale ma ak Charno.
I mean, he prayed.
mu ñaanal ñu.
We took shower and everything.
mu sangu def yëpp.
And he has discussion with Charno.
What kind of shower?
I think it was a place like a well or something. I couldn't remember, but I remember we took shower.
dafa mel ni béréb la xaw ma teen la wala waaye daal fàttaliku naa ne sangu nañ fa.
Was it ordinary shower or li ñoo wax sango safara?
sangu la boo xam ne sangu neen la ndax da ngeen sangoo woon ak safara.
It was a long time, almost 14 years or so.
Yeah, but
Mr. Dean, you would know whether it was safara or the
no. I know it was a place that we go and took a shower. Whether it was a well or they put some buckets there or something, but we took shower somewhere.
am naa ne daal am na fuñ dem sangoo fa ndax teen la ndax njaqa la wala siyo la waaye daal am na fuñ dem ñu sangu fa.
Obviously, it was not your regular morning shower, was it?
No, dafa ute ak sangu bi nga min di def ci suba.
déedéet ute na.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
ci gannaaw loolu lan a xew.
So like I said, he introduced me to Charno.
ni ma ko waxee mu wanale ma ak Charno.
And he prayed for me.
mu ñaanal ma.
And I exited.
ma génn.
And he stayed there.
moom mu des fa.
With the marabout.
moom mu des fa sëriñam.
What they were talking.
lañ fa waxtaanee.
Honest.
su óor na yàlla.
I don't know what they talked about.
xaw ma lan lañ fa waxtaanee.
But whilst I was in exile in Senegal also.
waaye ba ma dawee nag nekk Sénégal.
They told me that when Ali went on TV during that time, 2006,
wax nañ ma ne Aliou ba mu demee ca télévision ba ci 2006.
to paraphrase what they told me,
pour wax naa li nga xam ne noonu lañ ma ko waxee.
said that Charno Abdurrahman Bari
wax na ne Charno Abdurrahman Bari
was his marabout,
mooy sëriñam.
and somehow make him to believe he will be president.
te moom moo ko gëmloo ne dina nekk président.
Many other things.
ak yeneen ak yeneen.
So from there,
foofa nag.
I gathered
ci laa xam ne.
during the time that I accompanied him there,
jamono ba ma fa àndee moom.
he may have discussed with him
mun naa am waxtaanee na ak
about that
moom
particular issue.
lu aju ci mbiri coup d'état bi.
Yes, Council.
Thank you very much for that comprehensive answer. At this stage,
waxtu boobu.
you all believed
yéen ñëpp gëm ngeen ne.
that the planned action was justified, correct?
li ngeen waroon a def noonu dafa ànd ak dëgga.
Yes, Council.
Lu war la woon.
lu war la
It
woon.
was necessary.
It was necessary. But did you also realize that the planned enterprise was a violation of the laws of this country?
waaye ndax xamoon ngeen tamit ne li ngeen bëggoon a def noonu yàqaluwaa la si réew mi.
Yes, Council. What they were supposed to, what they wanted to do was a violation. Yes, Council. I realized that.
waaw council ñoom liñ bëggoon a def yàqaluwaa la ci réew mi loolu moom xam naa ko.
Yes, but also if you look at it deeply,
waaye ba tey soo ko seetloo ba ca biir.
you can say,
mun ngaa wax ne.
despite the fact that Yaya Jammeh came here through a coup,
dëggal Yaya Jammeh bi moo jël réew mi coup d'état la defoon.
I mean, it doesn't justify you also doing the same thing.
loolu tam nekku ne yow tamit loolu
Those two wrongs doesn't make it right.
ndaxte ñaar ñu bon du mun a taxawal digga.
When did you arrive at that conclusion?
kañ nga xalaat ba ñëw taxaw ci xalaat boobu.
I realized that not long ago.
bu yàggut rek laa xalaat loolu.
Not at that particular time.
du ca jamono booba de.
Thank you very much. We would come back to this.
Thank you.
So after this trip to Bogal and all that, did what happened in the end about this coup, this whole planned coup?
Bogal bedel siwat. Lana mujhe xew ci mbir coup d'état bobu ñu bëggoon def.
Sometime in March of 2006.
Amna jamono wéri March atum 2006.
I recall a day
maa ngi fàttaliku benn bés.
when Ali told me,
dama Ali waxee ne.
today my people,
tey suma nit ñi.
they're going to move in.
dinañ def nag li ñu war a def.
Yeah, say yeah.
ma ne ko mu ne waaw.
Do you recall where you were at the time?
I think in the office.
mu ne fàttaliku nga fa nga nekkoon ne waaw maa ngi woon suma office.
You all share the same premises, office premises.
Yes,
it's a walking distance, just one stair up.
And then what happened afterwards?
Okay, so up to later in the day, late afternoon or so, something like that. Yes, but I know it's very late. Very late. That it was that particular day, or is it following day? But I know very late in a particular day. I couldn't fully remember whether it was that very day or the second day. But it was, towards the end of the day, in the afternoon, that he contacted me again and tell me that the plans of the military guys hasn't gone through. It has been leaked, and military people he knew they were being round up. They are being arrested currently. Yes.
Wow.
Did he tell you anything about himself?
Yes, Council.
Wow.
Council.
Tell us.
Because he knew these military people. He knew them. The head is his relative. The rest he knew them very well. He's the one who know them. Okay? In that case, if they have rounded up those military people, and he knew them, and they knew him, I mean, logically, he'll be concerned about himself.
Did he tell you that he was worried for his own self?
Yes, Council.
Wow, Council.
Did he tell you that he was what he was going to do?
I think he was concerned about the situation of those military people. How can he get spiritual, I mean, intervention to somehow take them out of their predicament? It was one of his concerns. I don't know whether I understand your question.
That answers my question.
Okay.
And as a result, did he do anything?
Yes, Council.
Wow, Council, definitely.
Because if you listen to my testimony,
wow, so they I
told you that Ali wanted to see this man.
Because
there was an information that I passed to him that I received from the man, which was an encouraging news. So if the situation has gone bad, so he was eager to see this man.
How do you know he wanted to see this Marabu?
Ask me. Where is that Marabu? Because things has gone bad now. My people. So where is he?
How did you respond?
I told him I'll find out. I have to call and find out. Because I understood some time plied between, I mean, Tuba and Kerr.
And did you eventually reach the Sering?
Yes. Eventually, yes.
Wow.
Got him. And mentioned to him that we are coming. Very urgent. Yes.
Did you tell him why?
Over the phone?
Yes.
Over the phone as far as I could recall. Because like I said, I swear to the Quran. I know at that time what Ali has told me. The country was dangerous. They are arresting people. Things are very, very volatile. So, as far as I could recall, there's a possibility that the phones could be tapped. Because I was always talking to Ali, talking to me, talking to me. It was just safe. So as far as I could recall, like I said, I took an oath here. What I could remember was to stress the need for me and Ali to come to him. We have something urgent to mention the word coup d'etat over the phone. It could be. And I couldn't remember. Just using the logic of the situation. Isn't that logic? I don't think I've said that. If it is that I said the word coup d'etat over the phone, possible, I'm human.
Mr. Deen, let's just give your testimony, and you don't necessarily have to compare it with somebody else's testimony.
Okay.
Just give your testimony and keep your answers short and precise.
Thank you.
And then we move on.
I get it, Council.
That's right. I know you have heard the testimony of Serigne Omar Fall on this particular issue.
Yes.
It is natural, of course, that you may have different recollection of things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even here, if we are to repeat this exchange we had, it would be cast in different terms.
Absolutely.
So just give your testimony and don't pay too much heed to what Omar Fall said.
Absolutely,
Council would be able to assess what is true and what is false. And in any case, it has to focus on material things and not little minor differences in terms of recollection.
Thank you, Council. I appreciate that.
After you had your initial conversation with Serigne Omar Fall, what happened?
Me and Ali arrived at his place.
And?
So when we arrived, me and Ali, we entered his bedroom. Sat on his bed. And I told him, this is Ali. He's my friend. I'm sure you have had each other, but you have never met. We are meeting today for the first time. Wow, his people, some army people, they were going to do something today, a coup d'etat. His relative. Yes, so Ali is here. Let him explain to you what he wants.
And then?
Then Ali explained, told him the same thing, that he is worried about some of those soldiers who have been arrested. That is one. Two, about the situation of Nur Cham. Nur Cham to escape. Yes.
Wow. And then what happened after that?
So when Ali said that, I vividly remember the Serigne stood up, removed something from his waist, gave it to Ali. Ali to put in his waist. That was one. Number two, he gave him something. Whether it was 3 or 4, he gave it to him.
And what were those?
They are jujus. Yes, give it to Ali. I think it was for, for the soldiers or something, I don't know. But it was for.
And then?
So after that, I could clearly remember when the Marabu said, I have to do some spiritual investigation on this matter and see the situation of these soldiers and everything, as Ali requested. So he want to do an investigation. So come back, I will be able to determine that. Yes, Council.
Proceed, please. And then what happened?
So we came back. When we came back, the Marabu said, from his spiritual investigation, he said Aliu has to give out a sacrifice. And that sacrifice has to be 3 lambs. Those 3 lambs. Ram, yeah, ram. So 3 rams. Okay, the 2 will be slaughtered. The meat, I mean, kind of put packed differently. Then give it out as charity. As for the other one, he will come and then pray on it, say his wish, and then they will drive that ram out of the compound. And from my instinct, what I gather was that the reason why that ram that was not slaughtered has to be sent away, maybe it's for Ndur Cham to escape out of this country.
Where the sacrifice is made?
It was made at the service compound.
And what happened after that?
So we went home until the following day, I guess. And I went to work. I was informed that Ali was arrested. Yes, and I remember calling the Sering, informing him somehow that Ali was arrested. I remember informing him. Yes, I don't remember clearly whether it was over a phone. I physically went to his place, but I let him know that Ali was arrested. Yes, he was informed by me.
And then afterwards?
So after a while, I think a day or so, or during the day or another day. It's a long time, I cannot forget it. Yes, so just to be precise, in a different conversation, I mentioned to him that I've been selected by government to travel to Guinea-Bissau, attend a meeting. Yes, sir.
Did you tell him about any problems regarding that trip?
No, sir. I did not.
Did you tell him about you waiting for a clearance?
Yes, I missed that point. Yes, Council. Yes, I told him about clearance. I mentioned the word clearance.
According to the testimony we received, you suggested to the Sering that you have not received your clearance yet, and you were afraid, considering that the planners of the coup were being arrested. And you feared that there is this possibility that you too may be arrested. Is that true or not true, according to you? Just keep your answer short. We just want your version on the record and then we move on.
Council, for me, that didn't happen. I can explain why.
Please do briefly.
In a very objective way.
Just explain what happened briefly and then we move on. Okay?
If you look at my statement, I said, I, Abdou Deen, accompanied Mr. Amadou Sow to a sales meeting. And Mr. Amadou Sow is an official of the Department of Agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture. And he was somehow either the desk officer or the liaison or the interface between government and sales.
So
the sales meeting, I'm just coming, Council. The sales meeting.
Mr. Dean, the answer is simple.
Yes.
I have given you what we have on the record. If that's not true, tell us simply it's not true.
It's not true, but I want to give you a reason.
And then let's just move on, because this answer you're giving is a little bit longish.
No,
and it does not directly.
It's relevant, Council.
Just hear me out. Okay. It does not directly answer the question. Either you made a mistake or Mr. Fall made a mistake. It really does not go to the heart of the issues. So I don't want us to waste too much time on something.
We're not going to waste time. Just give me a minute. Let me just explain here this point.
Please go ahead.
I just crave your indulgence.
Please go ahead.
Yes.
And keep it relevant.
Yes.
All right.
So, I mean, the sales meeting.
Meeting sales board.
It's an event of agriculture.
Very agricultural.
It has, as the head of finance, Ministry of Finance, budget office. The reason why I was there, I was invited by agriculture. Accompany him. Then we can take a look at the sales budget.
Let's do it this way.
So they provided all the documents for me.
Let's do it this way, Mr. Dean. Did you need a clearance to travel?
Yes, I needed that, but it was all taken care of by agriculture. It's their event.
I
don't need to be worried with anything. I'm just invited.
At the stage, the application for a travel clearance is really personal, isn't it?
As far as I could remember, it was an event of agriculture.
So answer the question.
They're the one who took care of everything.
The question is,
yes,
the clearance was personal. It is attached to a person. It is the person who is given the clearance, and not the department, regardless of who organized the program. It's given to a person.
And so, as far as I could recall, as a participant to this meeting, my name and Dr. Amadou Sow's name, a request was made for 2 names to the President's office. There you have a special committee on overseas travel, dealing with clearance and everything. They took care of it. I was just an invitee.
And the clearance was given, correct?
Yes, agriculture took care of everything. It was done, yes.
And because the clearance was given, you were able to travel, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes. And when you arrived at the airport, did you speak to anybody?
Yes, Council.
Wow, Council.
Who did you talk to?
When I arrived there, and I was having my air ticket in my hand, and I saw the route that the plane is going to go through Dakar to Bissau, not directly to Banjul, because maybe that was my intention, that it was going to go direct, but I saw it was going through Dakar. So I called Serigne Omar Fall, whilst I was sitting at the airport in Unum. I remember when I was not even at his home. He was somewhere in the Combos, the Gunju or something. And I told him, I'm here at the airport. I'm on my way to Bissau. And I'm traveling to Dakar, via Dakar. Banjul, Dakar. Bissau. Bissau, Dakar. Banjul. And I want you to pray for me. I want you to pray for me. Arrive safe
ma egga ci jàmm
return back safely.
dellu si ci jàmm
That is what I said to him.
loolu laa ko wax
Yes, I mentioned the word prayer at that time.
waaw jamono boobu wax naa
And that was common thing that Muslims do.
te loolu nag jullit moom aada woon na di ko
Whenever you are traveling,
Did you proceed to Guinea-Bissau?
yes, Council.
waaw council
We arrived there safely, myself and Dr. Amadou Sow.
man
We
maa
all
Dr.
arrived
Amadou
there.
Sow egga nañ ci jàmm
Did you attend the conference?
Yes, I attended it because the reason why I was selected was that at the times, sales need to do an evaluation, some budgetary analysis of sales.
waaw teewee woon naa ko ndaxte jamono boobu service ñoo bëggoon a xam li nga xam ne noonu la seen mbiri dépasse yi doon tëree jamono jooju
And they needed a budget expert.
te dañ soxla woon ku am xam-xam ci mbir mi
And that was why I was there,
loolu moo tax ma nekkoon fa
to do some analysis,
pour def ay gëstu
look at the spending plans and their patterns,
pour seet dépasse gi ni nga xam ne noonu lañ ko tëralee
and how to rationalize, spending,
ak naka la ñoo doxalee mbiri dépasse bi
and to recommend changes
ak bu fekkee ne am na lu ñoo soppali ma digal leen
as far as operations is concerned.
comme ni nga xam ne noonu lañ ko war a doxalee
And the and the utilization of the budget. Yes,
li nga xam ne noonu la
I
war a
was there.
jëfoo budget bi waaw maa ngi fa woon
Did you attend the conference to its conclusion?
No cancel.
déedéet council
What happened? And let's keep it short and concise. Huh?
Okay. Whilst I was in the meeting,
ba ma nekkee ca meeting ba
I received a tip-off.
mu am kuma sàcca wax ma ne
There's a problem back home
am na lu xew ci kër gi réew mi
because they saw on TV
ndax gis nañ ci télévision bi
a marabout
sëriñ
who indicated that
ku wax ne
he was introduced to Aliou Diop
ki ko wanale ak Aliou Diop
by you, Abdou Deen.
yow Abdou Deen mii la
So be careful.
bon bàyyi sa xel de
And then, at that point, what did you decide to do?
Cancel. Cancel at that time.
council jamono boobu
My whole world come down crashing.
suma àddina yépp a jaxasoo
Because before that time,
ndig balaa loolu
from the time Ali was arrested,
jamono biñ doon jàpp Aliou
up to where I was sitting at the meeting over there,
ba jamono jamaa toog ci meeting bi
I was not worried.
xalaatum
To be honest to God,
war na yàlla ragaluma
I was never scared.
ragaluma woon tiitu
You know why?
xam nga li tax
Because I knew Aliou
ndax xam naa Aliou
was the one who was dealing with the military people.
moom moo doon jëflante ak soldaar yi
He know them.
moo leen xam
They know him.
ñoo ko xam
I don't know them.
man xawma
They don't know
leen
me.
xamuñ ma
From Ndur Cham
ci Ndur Caam
to the last person,
ba ca ka mujj
they don't know me.
xamuñ ma
I've never dealt with them in anything, shape or form.
maa jëflante ak
So if they arrest Aliou,
buñ jàppee Aliou
maybe I am naive.
xëj na dama ragal
No, maybe I was just complacent,
xëj na dama ko doon jàppale rek
So no. What I'm saying is, there you go. So I was just thinking that if they arrest Aliou,
ma xalaat ne bon suñ jàppee Aliou
we were just going to interrogate him
dinañ ko laaj
and ask him his relationship
laaj ko jokkooyam
with the
digganteem
people
ak nit ñi
and what they have, just to interview him on those issues.
pour ñu laaj ko rek ci mbir moomu
If they are satisfied,
suñ ko doyloo
maybe they can let him go.
mun nañ koo bàyyi mu
If
dem
not,
buñ ko
maybe he can be going up and down, back and forth.
naa dem di ñëw
I was hoping that
waaye dama doon yaakaar ne
by the time I returned from the meeting,
bu ma dellu si waat
there's a possibility
mun naa am
that Aliou could be released.
ñu bàyyi Aliou
But to imagine
pour xalaat ne
that during those investigations,
ne ci wàllu gëstu boobu
they will go to the level
dina dem ci anam yoo
of
xam
saying who is your marabout,
di wax ñu kan mooy sa
to
sëriñ
know who that marabout
pour
is,
xam sëriñ bi kan la
to go to the extent of how do you know this
nga
marabout?
dem ci naka la xamee
My
sëriñ
name surfaces.
ba suma tur di ci feeñ
So to be honest,
kansul ca dëgga dëgga
with me and Allah,
su ma diggante
I was never scared
musuma
because
tiit
I didn't thought it was going to reach that level.
musuma xam ne dina
It
toog
was just going to be contained within Aliou and the military. The investigation was going to be confined to that
fogoon ne
level.
gëstu bi yëpp dafa tënku
But
ci
when
Aliou
I was given this information at the meeting,
waaye bañ ma joxee xibaar bi ca
like I said,
ni ma ko waxee
that is when my world started crashing down.
yàlla suma àddina yëpp jaxasoo
I know now I'm in trouble.
ci laa xam ne man nag maa ngi ci coono
Yes, Council.
waaw kansul
Do you know that in this country, treason means to plan or endeavor to overthrow the government of the country?
ndax si réew mi xamoon nga ne treason mu ngi tekki ne mooy fexe wala pour pare daaneel nguur gi nekk si nguur gi toogoon ci waxtu bi.
Yes, Council. I've explained that before. Yes.
Well, Council,
and to talk about it and agree, it means the crime of treason has already been committed.
Well, pour toog waxtaanee ko ak pour def ko loolu borom def na loo xam ne mu ngi mel ni treason nga def.
And you sat with Ali Job and talk about this plan and agreed it. The crime is already committed.
Ba nga toogee ak Aliou Diop waxtaanee ak moom ba ngeen ñëw d'accord kon mu ngi mel ni xeex bi taxaw na fu nekk ni.
And the reason why we're going through this is for our people to learn.
Yes.
Li tax ñuy dugg ci lii yëpp pour suñ nit ñi jàngee ci ne.
Because there are a lot of things that people do not know about this law, and it's important that people know that to sit together with anybody to plan the overthrow of a government is criminal under the laws of this country.
Ñu bari ak ci lu bari ci yoon yu bari nit ñi xamuñ lii lan la tekki waaye nag pour xamal leen ne ci loi pour toog waxtaanee ak d'accord ne dañoo daaneel nguur ba pare koo def loolu yàqal loi la te treason lañ ko ooyee.
And that is why we are going through this exercise.
looloo tax ñuy dugg ci mbir mi comme ni mel ni niñ cee duggee nii.
At that stage,
yes, Council.
ci waxtu boobu.
You thought you did nothing serious.
yaa ngi xalaatoon ne def loolu dara loo xam ne lu garaaw la.
Sorry, Council. That was my thinking.
Council, man, loolu laa doon xalaat.
Maybe a wrong thinking, yes.
Mën naa am ne xalaat bi waru.
I accept your premise.
Li nga wax nangu naa ko.
Because you are giving the correct legal interpretation.
Ndaxte yow ni ko luwaa tëralee noonu nga ko waxee.
100% by you.
Man ànd naa ak yow bu baax ci li nga wax.
My understanding at the time, how I saw things.
waaye jamono boobu man ni ma gisee woon mbir yi.
He was my friend.
mooy ne kii suma xarit la.
Just keeping secrets for him.
maa ko dencal secret.
No, that's wrong.
xam naa ne baaxut.
I cannot go and him.
te du ma mën a dem boole ko de.
Add him into trouble.
dugal ko ci jafe-jafe.
And myself into trouble.
dugal suma wopp ci jafe-jafe.
The trust.
yàq yaakaar ge óolu te gi
When their plans, when his people's plans failed.
bu fekkee ne li mu pexe woon ak ay nitam yàqu na.
Approached me.
mu ñëw ci man.
For help.
ma dimbale ko.
I went and helped.
ma dem dimbale ko.
So I was just at the time.
jamono booba.
I just saw it.
dama ko gisee woon rek ne.
Someone who was keeping a secret for the friend.
dencal ab xarit secret.
When things went bad for him.
ba fi méttee ak moom.
And his people.
ak ay nitam.
Approached me.
mu wax a man.
As a friend.
comme xarit.
As a confidant.
comme kum óolu.
I complied to help.
ma dal di pare na pour.
You are right with
wax nga digga ci li nga
how this was how I was seeing things.
nii laa ko gisee woon jamono boobu.
Yes, Council.
And sitting there at Guinea-Bissau and seeing your wall crashing, as you put it.
Yes.
What did you do?
ni nga toogee noonu Guinée-Bissau nga ñëw gis sa àddina yëpp jaxasoo ci benn taxawaay lan nga def gannaaw loolu.
Because I started thinking about a lot.
ci laa doon nag di xalaat lu bari.
My safety, one, first.
óolute mooy njëlbeen.
What is next for me?
man la nay xew ci man.
Because I knew
ndax xam naa ne.
the relationship between Yaya Jammeh and the government of Bissau.
jokkoo bi nekk diggante Yaya Jammeh ak nguuru Bissau.
And being given this sensitive information.
te xibaar giñ ma jox nii.
I don't think if I am smart enough.
fooguma ne su fekkee ne muus naa lool.
I have to be quick on my feet.
dama war a gaaw pour dem.
To get out of this place.
génn foofu noonu.
Yes, Council.
What did you do?
lan nga def nag.
So when I've completed my presentation.
bi ma paree wane li nga xam ne moom laa doon def foofu ci meeting bi.
I was sitting alongside Dr. Amadou Sow.
maa ngi toog dendaa Dr. Amadou Sow.
Because we are the two Gambian representatives.
ndaxte ñun ñoo bàyyeekoo Gambie.
I quickly finished my presentation.
nag gaaw nag pare li nga xam ne moom laa fa doon tëral.
My stop.
jël suma bagage.
Just sneak out of the venue.
ma dal di yolleeku rek génn.
Without telling him anything.
waxuma ko dara.
Yes, Council.
And where did you go?
fan nga demoon gannaaw loolu.
My first point of call was to go to my hotel room.
fi ma njëkk a dem mooy ca suma hôtel ba.
Because the meeting was conducted in the office, I mean in the same hotel.
ndaxte meeting bi ci benn hotel bi lañ ko
We just have a conference center, you know, that we have a meeting.
dafa am foo xam ne fa lañ daje woon doon
I just walk to the hotel rooms,
dama dox rek dem dugg ca néeg ba ca hotel ba
go to my room,
ma dugg sama néeg
get my garment back,
jël sama baag
because I travel very lightly,
ndaxte man suma tukki du may am bagage yu bari
especially in that meeting.
rawatina sax meeting
It
boobu
was few days.
ay fan yu néew la rek
It was very light, only a garment back.
yére yu néew rek yu ma def suma yére baag rek laa amee woon
Two formal dresses,
ak ay yére yoo xam
maybe
ne
two casual dresses.
moom laa amee
I
woon
just pick it up real quick.
dama ko gàddu rek ci gaaw
I didn't even check out in the front desk
dew ma sax ci kanam pour mu wan ne damaa
because
génn
that could send a clue.
ndaxte mun nañoo xam ne génn naa
So I just went out of the hotel
dama génn rek ci hotel
with my garment bag,
ak suma baag boobu
get a taxi,
suma yére yi jël taxi
tell him I want to go to the airport.
ko dama bëgg a dem airport
Yes, cancel.
And what happened?
ci gannaaw loolu lu xew
I arrived at the airport.
dama eggee airport
So I went straight to the check-in counter
ma dem ci fa ñu checkee
and informed them that I have an emergency.
man de dama
I have to leave Bissau.
dama war a jógee Bissau
And looking at my air ticket,
bu ñu seetee suma air ticket bi
I don't think I was supposed to leave at that very day.
waruma bàyyi ko foofu bés boobu
Yes, so I explained to them,
laa ko xamal ne
this is an emergency.
lii de lu jàmpa la
I have to leave.
dama war a dem
Yes.
And then did you manage to get a flight?
ndax mënoon nga am plane bu la fa jëlee génne
I recall the official at the counter over there, at the check-in counter,
fàttaliku naa ka faa liggéey noonu
telling me if this is the case,
fekkee ne loolu la
just stand, just sit around.
toogal boor rek
When Air Senegal lands,
Air Sénégal ñëwee
we'll try to sort you out.
dinañ la dimbale
So I say yes.
And then what happened after that?
gannaaw loolu lu xew
As soon after, I think maybe some minutes, 45 minutes or so,
foog naa ay waxtu rek ñeenti fukki minutes
Air Senegal landed.
Air Sénégal wàcc
And when it landed,
am excès
I was in the departure lounge.
maa ngi fa nga xam ne fu ñi war a dem foofu lañ nekk
And as I could recall,
maa ngi fàttaliku
the first people I saw coming out of that airplane,
ñi ma njëkk a gis ñuy bàyyi ko ci aéroplane
walking on the tarmac,
ñuy dox di ñëw
coming towards the airport terminal,
jublu si ci airport terminal bi
was two people I vividly know.
ñaar nit la yoo xam ne xam naa leen bu baax
Let's cancel.
Who were they?
ñooñu ñan lañ woon
One was Mr. Babukar Jata.
kenn ki Baboucarr Jatta la
He used to be Army Chief of Staff, Minister,
soon naa nekk Army Chief of
something,
Staff
but I knew him. Table,
ndax dañ daan toog ci benn table
me and Babukar Jata.
man maa Baboucarr Jatta
Whilst we were students,
boobu ñu ngi nekk ay taalibe
St. Augustine's High School in Banjul.
ci St. Augustine High School Banjul
And who was the other person?
ana nekkoon keneen ki
The second person was Yankuba Toure,
keneen ki Yankuba Touré la
and he was at the time, I guess, the Minister of Agriculture.
foog naa moo nekkoon ministre agriculture
Yes, Council.
And then what happened after that?
gannaaw loolu la nga xew
When you saw them, how did you feel?
bi nga gisee ñooñu naka nga ko jëlee
And so that was very scary.
boobu moom ragal woon naa ne tiitoon naa
That was
torop
very scary.
tiitoon naa torop
I was praying to God
maa ngi doon ñaan ci yàlla
for these people
pour ñooñu
not to set eye on me.
buñ ma gis
Because if they set eye on me,
buñ ma teg bët
I'm finished.
ndax buñ ma tegee bët man
How
jeexal
wouldn't be nice?
loolu du doon baax ci
I
man
knew that.
And what did you do?
yow ci kaw loolu lan nga def
So I saw them
ba ma leen
into
gisee
the terminal.
ñu dugg ca tamit xam ne ñi wàcc ñëw fa la ñoo jaar
Whilst I was sitting on the departure lounge,
maa nga toogee beneen boobu nga xam ne ñiy dem fa la
a
ñoo
big class that divides departure and
am na
arrival.
lu ñu xaajale nag ñiy dem
You
ak
can see
ñiy
them clearly
maa ngi leen a gis
through the glass.
ci weer bi
They didn't see me
ñoom gisuñ ma
because I blend myself in the crowd.
waaw dama jaxase suma bopp ci biir mbooloo mi
So I can see them.
maa ngi leen di gis
They went straight to the check-in,
ñu dem fa ñu war a dem pour génn
and then they just checked them out pretty quick. They left.
lañ ci génnee rek dem
And eventually you got the flight.
Yes.
ci gannaaw loolu ci nga mën a am flight bi
Yes. So I went back to the counter.
ci laa delluwaat ci comptoir bi
They checked me in.
ñu dal di ma dugal nag
Tell me you are good.
ne ma waaw mun ngaa dem
So give me my seat number and everything.
ñu jox ma yëpp nag
Sat,
ma toog
waited for the plane
di xaar plane bi
to depart
pour mu dem
To Dakar.
to Dakar.
dem Dakar
But cancel.
waaye cancel
Even whilst I was sitting there,
ba ma toogee foofu
I was cleared to fly. I was praying to Allah.
maa ngi ñaan yàlla
But these people, they had come back.
ne ñii mun nañoo wàññeeku si
Or they can call the airport
mun nañoo oo airport bi
and check whether I'm there
seet ndax maa ngi fa
and then arrest me. So I couldn't believe that I'm safe.
Unless
and until Air Senegal.
Now.
It did eventually take off.
Yes.
And you arrived in Dakar.
Yes, Council.
Did you eventually come to learn about what happened in Bissau?
Yes, Council.
Tell us briefly.
It was after the fall of Yahya Jammeh. I had the opportunity to come back to the country in 2017. Briefly to lay the groundwork. My return to Yahya Jammeh is gone. I came to lay the foundation. During that time, the person who gave me the tip off, I met him. And he explained to me what transpired there in Bissau at that meeting. He was gone.
And what did he say?
He said that he saw Yankuba Toure. He saw Babukar Jatta. He saw lots and lots of Guinea-Bissau military personnel. Big rifles. They are searching everywhere. Looking everywhere. But they didn't see me. So he thanked God.
Were you told what the instructions were?
Council, yes.
Wow, Council.
Tell us.
The person who gave me this tip off and told me what transpired at the meeting whilst I was gone. Different from the person who told me what the instruction was at State House. I met that person also.
And what did that person tell you?
And so that person was at the State House. He saw what he's saying. He was there. And he knew me.
What did he see? What did he hear? What did he tell you?
He said that you, Mr. Deen, and God has just, do you a big favor. God loves you. Yes. I say, why? What happened? He said, I was at State House. When Yahya Jammeh called Yankuba Toure and Babukar Jatta, gave them instructions about me. Abdou Deen. And I say, what? Say you, my brother. Instruction was, let them go to Bissau. Those two senior government officers, let them do all the necessary arrangements with Bissau, and then let them have me arrested. When they get me arrested, let them put me in a bag, like a bag of rice, whatever bag was. And then let them tie me down in that bag, very tight. And then put me in an SUV, the bag like a cargo, drive me all the way to him, State House. So the moment this man narrated this story to me, I was almost, I don't know, I was like a half-dead man standing. Because I told him, these people have captured me, get me arrested, and implemented Yahya Jammeh's wishes on me. I don't think with this height, if you put in that condition, with the heat, lack of oxygen, I don't think I can survive 1 hour or so. So if I am lifeless, and they tell him on the way driving that your so-called cargo is dead, he might say two things. Bring him to me at State House, let me see the dead body, to confirm for myself, or take him to Kanin Lai, let him be a nice dinner for the crocodiles. So this was my response to him.
Did you hear about people the crocodiles in Kanilai?
Musla dega ay nit ñi nga xamne jël nañ leen ñu jox seen yàpp bi jox leen ci city nekk Kanilai.
Yes.
Wow.
At this stage, Mr. Chair, I think we can take our morning break.
Thank you, Council. We'll take a 30-minute coffee break and come back at 12:10. Meeting is adjourned.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba la ka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw fii ngeen di ñëw Skincare Plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair ci lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport diri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skincare products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentee tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skincare mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox Skincare Plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes you know fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi taas kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yu picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii
love like fire bring my love like fire
Miss V Designer Outlet is the #1 quality and affordable stop shop for all your needs. Get your evening dresses, suit and ties, office wears for both ladies and gentlemen, beach wears, sport wears, pure leather shoes for men, quality belts, bags, heels for all beautiful ladies, original perfumes, accessories, and a lot more. Find us at Kololini Road opposite Gaddafi Mosque at the Aqua Preacher Station, or call us on 295-3411 or 764-2486. Miss B Designer Outlet. Shop right, look good.
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see that.